we're still going to continue on biohacking tip number 7 from the enzyme factor. So I just randomly flipped, and so it's the tip for today. The biohacking tip today is about our food. Why is our food so different than it used to be, right? And people, there's theories about our food not having, the same nutrition in the soil, right? And so from this book, I just randomly opened this. Dr. Shinwa, this gastroenterologist, he says that everything in the natural world is connected. Everything influences everything else while maintaining a delicate balance. So even those things we feel are unnecessary are actually necessary in the natural world. So when we're cultivating agricultural crops, agricultural chemicals are often used to prevent damage to the crops by harmful insects. However, harmful insect is a term made up by humans. In the natural world, there is no such thing as an insect that causes harm, right? And he also says, moreover, agricultural chemicals rob the life of living things in the soil. These living things are the source of energy for agricultural crops. Farmlands periodically sprayed with agricultural chemicals do not even have worms or good soil bacteria. Since crops cannot grow on sterile land with no living energy, chemical fertilizers have to be used. And so these crops can be grown with such chemical fertilizers, but they are deficient in flavor and nutritive value. This is why nutrients found in agricultural crops are decreasing every year. So we're killing our own food. Okay, with these agriculture, the food industry to mass produce food, and now we're genetically modifying food. We're killing ourselves. We're killing the food, and therefore, we are eating foods that are not as nutritious as before. And so how do we stop that? Well, you definitely want to get organic food. Doesn't mean organic's perfect, but organic is definitely better than conventional. So my family, we eat all 100% organic. And you may think that eating organic is actually very expensive. It's actually not. I mean, if you eat organic food, you have more nutrition. It's more nutrient dense, which means it's more filling. So you don't need to eat as much. When you have these agricultural chemicals, it's basically a sterile soil. So our food is growing in sterile soil, no bacteria, no nutrition from the soil. And so when you eat from that, then of course you're not going to get nutrition. You have to eat more of it, right? And that's how we have overeating. Then we start getting diabetes and all these internal organ dysfunctions because our food it has becoming chemicals and not necessarily food, right? So it's important. You got to choose organic. Organic food it's probably not perfect, but at least 90% nutritious. And so if you want to improve your organ function, improve your nutrition, you got to switch to organic. And people people think organic is expensive. When my wife and I, when we were by ourselves, we ate and we switched to organic, our grocery bill actually cut in half. It decreased by 50%. Now that was because we were eating nutritious food, we wouldn't eat the junk. We wouldn't crave junk food. And so we wouldn't buy those processed food. Processed food is what costs money. So if you want to decrease your grocery bills, you stop eating processed food and you want to increase your organic food, which is nutrition dense food, which will be more filling, more nutritious, and it improves your quality of life. If you do need help, if you do need help figuring out what to eat, how to eat, and how to improve your organ function, we can help you. Achieve Integrative Health, we're the #1 acupuncture and wellness clinic in Central Texas. We can help you get your life back on track so that you can head towards the direction of better functioning organs, which means better quality of life, or you can continue to degenerate at the speed that you're degenerating. We can help you slow it down.